Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video, I'll show you how to create a Google Ads campaign for luxury landscaping. Who am I? Why should you listen to me? Well, I'm Alex Cho from ZBPPC, and over the past few years, I worked with dozens of landscaping and lawn care companies across the country, helping them grow their business through Google Ads. So standing out on Google search, it can be difficult. Here, I'm searching for custom outdoor kitchens in Austin, Texas. So to go through the search results, we have RTA Outdoor Living taking up all the space with their search ad, and then we have a couple other search ads below it. Then we have the map pack with the top local businesses. We have a bunch of search result or shopping results. Then organic listings, some images, more organic results, some brands. We have IKEA right here. Got Costco, more products people also buy from, and then 3 ads on the bottom. So as you can see, standing out is difficult, but one way to do so is by using Google Ads. With Google Ads, you can just jump right to the top of the search results, and then within the search ad, there's ways to stand out versus a competition. So let's take a look at a few of these ads here. These are, looks like ready to assemble modular outdoor kitchen components. This one is okay. I do like that they use extensive site links to take up all the space, so it's really easy to see their ad. Then we have this one. This one's okay as well. Again, it could use some site links, so the ad's bigger. And then I'd say this one is okay too. And all of these have fairly relevant headlines and descriptions. And then likewise, they could also use site links. And then all of these could benefit from use of photos of some of the work that they've done in the past. That would clearly help catch people's attention and hopefully get people to click on their ads. So again, Google Ads, it can help, but only if it's done properly. If you want a professional to manage your ads, schedule a discovery call with me today. The link is in the description below. Now let's create our campaign. So you're going to sign up and sign in to Google Ads. And then you will click the plus button for create and then click campaign again. Then we are going to choose leads. We chose leads because we want people who need your services getting in contact with you. And then for conversion goals, you want to set up your conversion goals ahead of time. You would set these up using Google Tags or Google Tag Manager. I personally recommend using Google Tag Manager. So we chose leads as our objective, but we need to be a bit more specific about what kind of leads we want. We want people calling you and filling out forms to show that they're interested. So here, with our conversion goals, we have Google Ads track these to see if your campaign is working. Let's click continue. So let me expand these so I can show you all of the different options. All right, so we will select search. So a search campaign, I think, is the best option to start out with here. It shows your ad to people who are already looking for luxury landscaping services online. So if someone types in custom outdoor kitchens, your ad can show right at the top of the search results. Other campaign types, like we have display here or performance max, they may show to people who aren't specifically looking for your services. With search, you're showing up exactly when people need your help, which means more leads and more jobs for you. And so you have these 4 options here, but we're not going to select these options to keep the setup flexible in later steps. I will click on it to show you what it looks like, and you can put your phone number in. But again, we're going to leave all of these deselected. Next, we will click continue. All right, let's give it a descriptive name, luxury landscaping. Next, click continue, start a new one. For bidding, clicking the drop down. So we have 4 options here. Right now, I will select clicks, and this option for maximize clicks, it will get you a lot of clicks quickly to show Google what brings in business. You can set your maximum cost per click bid limit as well. So I did a bit of research beforehand, and I'm going to set 22 here. This would be the most that you'll pay for a click on your ad. And I'll show you how to select this figure later on when we do our keyword research. Although I would suggest switching this later on to another option that we don't see here out of these 4 options, called manual CPC or manual cost per click. So manual cost per click allows you more control over your budget. allows you to better control over the maximum you pay for each click on your ad. And Google, as you can see here, that's not one of the bidding strategy options. Again, we're going to have to go in after the campaign is created and then switch the bidding strategy. And I'll show you how to do that. But Google only shows us the options that best benefit Google. So that's why it's not in this list. And then we won't select this. We want new, returning customers alike. For networks, deselect both of these. They're generally speaking lower quality networks, and they won't bring in more leads typically than Google search. Now on to locations. So locations in Google Ads, it picks where your campaign will run. We will go with our initial search example of Austin, Texas, and I'll show you a couple ways to do this. You will click enter another location. You can type it in here, or you can click advanced search. Then here you can search by location. So we can do Austin, do something like this, or you can do a radius based approach. This, again, it depends on your business. It depends on your service area. Generally speaking, given that I'd say more, these are luxury terms, right? So there's going to be lower search volume. There's going to be fewer leads, slower data. But again, you can get qualified prospects this way. I wouldn't limit myself to one specific area. I'd be sure to cast a fairly wide net in terms of areas that I want the campaign to cover, just due to volume. So let's just do the first option here. But again, this will depend on your business. Next, click the drop down for location options here. You will select presence. So this step is very important. So presence means it'll show your ads only to people in or regularly in the area. So it means people in or regularly in the Austin, Texas area. You can select presence or interest, but I would not recommend that at all. It includes people who may be far away and who are just searching in your area. So we pick presence to reach real customers who are nearby, who can actually hire you. So for languages, we're just doing an English language campaign. If you want to target customers who speak a different language, you would create a separate campaign in that language. Audience segments, these are groups that Google creates, such as homeowners, people interested in auto repair and maintenance, etc. And based on their online searches and their information, we pick these to show your ad to people who want your help. So a couple of segments here I like is do home and garden services, home improvement, do home and garden, and then homeowners as well. And for the targeting setting for this campaign, we want to make sure it stays on observation recommended. You don't want to select targeting. So again, these campaigns are going to be pretty low search volume to begin with, but targeting will limit your ad only to the segments that you choose right here. Observation shows your ads to everyone, but it will track these groups here. So we choose observation because we want to reach more people with our campaign. Next, more settings, ad rotation. Two options here. I would suggest keeping it on the default optimize and having Google pick your best ad to show most often. You can choose do not optimize, and that will allow your ads to be shown equally. So if you have multiple ads, Google won't choose the best one and they'll just rotate between them. I would suggest that option if you want to do A/B testing or split testing. So if you want to test if one ad is better than the other ad, then I would choose do not optimize. Otherwise, if you're strapped for time or if you're not as comfortable doing that type of analysis, then I would just go with the default optimize. More settings. All right, ad schedule. So you want to align this with your hours of operation. So whenever you're willing to handle a customer call or respond to customer form submissions, I suggest setting a little bit before standard hours and then a little bit after standard working hours. So let's do Monday through Friday, 8 to 7. Then you can set a number of different schedules. Again, this is going to be dependent on your business and when your hours of operation are, when you're willing to respond to customers. So you can set a weekday, you can set a weekend schedule, you can set specific days of the week schedule. For this example, I'm just going to do Monday through Friday, 8 to 7 p.m., and then I will click next. So you can have Google's AI help you create the ad. However, I don't think it's quite good yet. In the future, it may be, but right now I would just suggest you do this yourself. So you can test it out, but I'm going to skip it. Let me close this. So ad groups, we're going to create our first ad group, or the one example ad group in this video, just to not make it too long. So ad groups, they should focus on one idea with the search keywords that people are using, a matching ad, and a matching website. So for this type of campaign, I would suggest different ad groups for different landscaping services, such as luxury landscaping design, custom patios, landscape lighting design, etc. So for this one, we're going to go with our initial search. We're going to create a custom outdoor kitchens, design, and build. Next, we want to choose our keywords. So we want to choose keywords that people use to look for your services. And we're going to select a handful of keywords to start. It's more important to focus on relevance and to your services and searcher intent over just selecting a bunch of different keywords. And again, expect limited impressions and clicks due to the niche high-end keyword targeting we're doing here. We're just focusing on the luxury segment. There's not as many people looking for that compared to some regular landscaping services. So to do our keyword research, we're going to use this handy tool within our Google Ads account. It is called Keyword Planner, and it's Google's own tool. So you go to Tools, under Planning, Keyword Planner, click Discover New Keywords. You will narrow it down to your specific location, Austin, Texas, and then you're going to give the Keyword Planner some ideas. Get results. Close this for now. And so what I like to do in order to easily copy and paste and analyze the data is I like to open this up in Google Sheets. So to do this, but before I do, so when we did our search and the search results are like the keyword you provided, and then Google gives you a number of different ideas based on the keywords that you have provided for other keywords. So we'll click the download button, then we will click Google Sheets. Next, we'll click download, click open sheet. So as you can see here, there's not that many ideas that Google gave us based on our one keyword. Again, you expect limited impressions and clicks for this, but you can still get qualified leads. So go with, I'll cover some of the important columns to look at here. Column A, the keyword column, of course that's important. Average monthly searches. As you can see, there's at most 50 average monthly searches, although I take the specific number with a grain of salt. And then we have these important columns here. So here, columns H and I, you have the bid range to show the low and high bid to show on top of the search results page. We'll use this information to set the maximum CPC that I used in the earlier step. And a good starting point that I would recommend is towards the high end of this range. So we will look through our keywords. We will select some that seem highest intent for our services. And I will highlight them. So yes, custom outdoor kitchens near me. Build your own has a little bit more of a DIY intent. And then I'd skip this one for design your own outdoor kitchen because this is a design and build ad group. And then these are components of a kitchen. So we can do bespoke outdoor kitchens. All right, let's just select these three for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to filter the data to these three. So I'm going to create a filter, selecting everything, and then keyword sort by color, or no, filter by color. Didn't click on that properly. Let's go back here. So these are the three keywords that I'm going to choose. And as you can see, there's only really bid range information for the first keyword, custom outdoor kitchens. So I chose 22, which is a little bit higher than the top of the page bid, high range here, as mentioned. Now we want to take these keywords and paste them back into here, back into our campaign. But before I do that, I want to go over the different match types for the keywords that Google has. So match types right here, you can read it. Match types, they help control which searches can trigger ads. There's three different types of match types: broad match, phrase match, and exact match. With the associated formatting here, there's no formatting. There's double quotes formatting for phrase match. And then for exact match, there's bracket formatting. Then to give a brief overview using Google's official documentation about the different keyword match types, just so you have a base level of knowledge. Again, Google has 3 different match types to control when your ads show. So we have broad match, so your ads will show for searches related to your keyword, even if the words aren't exact. And related is defined by Google, which it often isn't related. Often they aren't related. They're very loose with their definition of what related is. So for example, something like our keyword for custom outdoor kitchens. It could trigger your ad on a search for outdoor grill repair. That's how related is that? Not very related. So I would suggest, at least starting out, I would suggest not using broad match. You're just gonna get too many unrelated searches triggering your ads. Then we have phrase match. So this is when your ad shows when someone's search includes the meaning of your keyword. So for example, if we choose a keyword custom outdoor kitchens, it could trigger your ad for a custom outdoor kitchen island plans search. And then we have exact match. So exact match only shows when someone searches your exact keyword or very close variations. So custom outdoor kitchens, it'll only trigger your ad for very similar searches very similar to that phrase. So again, we just want to stick with phrase match and exact match for now at least. And what we need to do then is with our 3 keywords here, we need to give them this formatting, the double quotes formatting and the exact match bracket formatting before copy pasting them back into our campaign. So let's go back to our keywords. We will copy these, Control C, and then you can go to keywordwrap.com, or there's a bunch of other sites that do the same thing. And here we will Control V, we will paste our keywords. We will click Wrap Keywords. And then as you can see, it applies the formatting for the different match types here. Since we want phrase and exact match, we will look right here, and then we'll select a copy. I'm going to copy them, Control C. And now finally, we can go back into our campaign, and then we can paste them here. Right, it's got the double quotes and the brackets. And then, quickly before I move on, we do want to add negative keywords to this campaign. I think it's absolutely essential. So negative keywords will block, or keywords which will block your ads from showing up for searches. So for example, we want to exclude terms that waste money, such as people looking for cheap, DIY, free, people looking for jobs. And then we also want to exclude searches for big box stores, for example, like Home Depot or Lowe's. Next, we will create our ad. So the first component is the final URL. And this is where you put the web page that people will go to after clicking on your ad. This should be directly related to the keywords that we chose, and they should represent what people are looking for. So in this example, this should be a web page specifically talking about your custom outdoor kitchen design and build services, and specifically designed to get people easily calling you or filling out forms. It is very important, again, that your landing page is designed properly. And some of the key features of the landing page should include things like stunning visuals. You want high quality photos and videos of your best work. That's not negotiable. Then clear value proposition. Why should they choose to work with you? You emphasize your design expertise, quality, your bespoke custom service, whatever it is that you offer that differentiates you from the competition and why someone should work with you. Then social proof. So it'd be great to have testimonials from high-end clients. If you have any awards, or if your company has been in like TV shows, magazines, as seen in logos. Then you also want easy navigation and a clear call to action on your landing page. So make it very simple for people to request a consultation or to contact you. A simple form or prominent phone number can work well. And then finally, mobile friendly and fast. This needs to look good on your phone. Everyone's using their phone, and it needs to load quickly. Okay, with that said, I'm just going, since we need to enter something here, I'm just going to put my website in here. Then Okay, display path in your ad. This is short text like custom outdoor kitchens that shows after your website name to tell people what they'll find. Whereas the final URL that we have here, this is the real web page that they will land on when they click on your ad. So I'm just gonna use this one, custom door, custom outdoor. Okay, you can see this is populated with custom-outdoors/kitchens. And then when they click on it, they will go to this website right here in the final URL. Next, headlines and descriptions. So the headlines, they are the big words at the top of your ad that grab people's attention and tell them what you offer. There are 15 slots. Fill out as many as possible. Here are some themes that I like for keywords here. So, not keywords, for headlines here. So keyword-based headlines, location-based headlines, unique selling proposition headlines, social proof, and call to action. I'll just give a few examples, but you're going to want to spend more time thinking up good headlines for your ad campaign. Custom outdoor kitchens, winning Austin designers, premium materials and finishes, get a custom build quote. Okay, fill out as many of these as possible. Then we're moving on to descriptions. They are the smaller lines of text below the headlines that give more details and convince people to click on your ad. Like with headlines, you want to fill out as many as possible. There are 4 slots. So I'll just give a few examples. And like with headlines, you need to spend more time thinking up your descriptions. Just doing a few quick here. Build custom consults today. Okay. And then experience true outdoor living, high-end custom kitchen for free. Oh, use that. Contact us to get started. Okay. Images. So I'd say images are crucial for this niche. Showcase your best project photos directly in the ad. Also important is business name and business logo. Be sure to get verified so you can use your business name and then business logo and make your ads look more professional. Okay. Site links. All right. Site links, they are links that appear below your ad that go to relevant pages on your website. So for these, a couple to use if you have them on your website. You can do portfolio to showcase your work and then direct them to the specific page on your site that has portfolio examples. Then you can do like other specific services that you offer, such as patios or lighting, and then about us, and then contact us, and then each of these is going to lead to the specific page. So this will go to the contact page, for example. All right, click cancel. I'm not going to add these because this is just an example campaign. So more asset types. Okay, calls, you want to add your phone number. Just make it easy for people to get in contact with you directly. Then call outs, okay, or bits of text that appear at the end of the description, which you can use to highlight, key company features, products. So I'll give you an example. You can do free quote and watch. It appears at the end here. There are a couple other ones that you can add. Again, it gives you a chance to stand out and catch people's attention. So you do licensed and insured. You want to make these specific to your business, serving the Austin area. Then we have bespoke outdoor living. Okay, a few examples here. So I'm not going to apply these. I'm going to click cancel. Don't save. All right. Okay, click next. Okay, you want to set your budget. So this tells Google what you'll spend on average per day so you can control costs and don't overspend your budget. You want to select an amount that you're comfortable with that will result in more business. So I'd say don't listen to Google's recommendation. This is their platform, so the more that you spend on their platform, the more money that they get. So we're going to set a custom budget just based on, this is going to depend on specific area and the keywords and the cost per click for those keywords, as well as what you're comfortable budgeting to Google Ads. I would recommend in this example just going with $50 per day. Okay. Next, okay, review all your settings and click the Publish Campaign button. However, before you do that, I want to note that when launching a new campaign, it can take several weeks for Google's algorithm to complete the learning phase as it gathers data to optimize your performance. So during this period, the results may go up and down, so it's important to stay patient and avoid major changes. And especially with such a low search volume campaign like this, it'll take months to get campaigns really dialed in and optimized. So I would adjust your expectations appropriately. And while you can get immediate results, like you definitely need to be patient and be testing and adjusting the campaign when you get enough data. So Google Ads, it's a long-term investment and you need to really think about whether it is the right move for your business. Okay, with that being said, let's click Publish Campaign. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the campaign because I don't want to spend money inadvertently. Click this, pause. I will click the gear icon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to switch the bidding strategy to manual CPC. So click the gear icon for edit settings. Next, go down to bidding, bid strategy. Select a bid strategy directly. Click the drop down, and then we got manual CPC right at the bottom. Click save. Okay, what this does, let me show you. All right, so we then have our default max CPC column, and you can set the max cost per click at the ad group level, clicking on the pencil and then entering your value there and click save. And then you can also set it at the keyword level. So we go to audiences, keywords, and content, click on keywords down here. Then you see we have the max CPC column. Similarly, you can click on the pencil and enter the max CPC that you want to set for each of these individual keywords. And then I will show you next how to add negative keywords to your campaign. So we're going to stay within keywords and we're going to click on this tab on top, negative keywords. Click the plus button. Okay, add negative keywords or create new list. And you can add the negative keywords to the overall campaign, or you can add them to specific ad groups within your campaign. So for this example, I'm just going to add it to the overall campaign. We're going to go with, let's see what I want to block DIY. So people looking to design and build their outdoor kitchens themselves. So I want to block that. Searches for DIY. And then I also want to block searches for the Home Depot. So I put this in double quotes. This is a phrase match formatting, and this will prevent our ads from being shown for anyone searching for a search which contains the phrase Home Depot. And same thing with DIY. So by entering DIY here, our ads will not show up for anyone who includes DIY in their search. So we'll click save. Okay, and that's it. So thanks for watching this video until the end. If you're serious about getting more clients with Google Ads and you want a professional to handle everything for you, let's make it happen. Click the link below to book a free discovery call, and I'll show you exactly how we can grow your business with a high converting ad strategy. And then if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I upload new Google Ads tutorials and strategies every week to help you get more leads and grow your business, so don't miss out.